Hello, sir.
Hello.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, sir?
Okay, I am Anand Banka, Chartered Accountant, and I've been doing IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards, since almost 8 years now. IFRS is an accounting change, a mammoth accounting change which is coming to India in the next year. And all the listed companies and companies about 250 crores would have to apply IFRS. So it is a big accounting change. So I've been doing research since almost 8 years on IFRS, and hence, I've been able to write this book, put all my experience and practical experience, theoretical knowledge, everything into book. So I have also, I've been giving lectures across India, in US, in Nepal, in UAE, everywhere. I am a special invitee on the Accounting Standards Board of ICAI. So I've been involved in drafting of the Ind AS, which is the Indian version of IFRS. So, and I am implementing Ind AS in a lot of companies, so that gives me a lot of practical exposure as well. So that is about myself.
You said there are many books on Ind AS. Many books have come up in the market very recently also.
Right.
Like, how is your book different from the other books?
Okay. So my book is very, very different from all other books in the market today, on a lot of points. Now, first is the books which are available in the market are into many volumes, 2 volume, 3 volume, 4 volume. Now the first time reader of IFRS, they get scared of reading those 4 volumes. So my book is a single volume, plus it summarizes all the IFRS. So for them, the first time move, they see a small book, a single volume book, and they feel happy. So that is one major difference. The second one is my book guides on planning the implementation. So you will find books which will help you understand IFRS, book which will help you give examples of IFRS, but there is no book which will help you plan implementing IFRS.
Many CFOs, many finance managers, the CEOs will be also reading your book. Do you have any advice for them while reading your books?
Oh, while reading my book, the only advice I have is read it at a stretch, because it is like a storytelling. So my book, you can read it very fluently. I've brought in not just standards, but few very good points in each of the standards which you will love reading. So yes, you read it throughout, you read the planning stage, you read the standards, and then you move on to the tools, implementation tools like disclosure checklist, illustrative guidance, accounting policy. So you read in a flow.
Thank you. Some of our Spin TV viewers would be interested to talk with you or while implementing Ind AS. What is the best way to contact you?
Oh, they can contact me on my email ID, which is anand.banka, anand.banka@gmail.com.
We have with us Thomas from Walters Clover, who is the publisher of the book Ind AS Comprehensive Guide to Ind AS Implementation, to talk about his company. Hello, sir. Can you tell us a little bit about your company, sir?
Yeah, so Walters Clover is one of the world's largest information services provider, and what this really means is that we obviously publish a lot of print books, but we also develop a lot of digital content, and we are also in the software business. So maybe I can expound a little bit more on this. So we actually are focused on the areas of taxation, accounting, Companies Act, corporate law, and so on. And we have built a great portfolio of print titles in India which have done extremely well. And and one such book is being launched today, which is has actually got a resounding response in the marketplace.
I want to know more about how did the IFRS thing begin? I mean, why IFRS of all the thing?
College or in ICAI studies, we don't like accounting standards. Right? We don't like to read accounting standards. We are not, enjoying accounting standards. But when I actually read through each and every line, each and every word of standards, that's the time when I got intrigued into the standards. I actually understood how the standards are being made, why it is being made, and more than that, I am now I am part of Accounting Standards Board. So I've seen the way accounts or accounting standards are drafted, and you know what? We draft A, people understand B, and they go on to implement C. So that's the fact as of today.
So can you please tell everybody that why? 3 things why people should read your book.
one of the most basic points which I said was that it caters to the first time readers of IFRS. So it summarizes the IFRS, it gives them flowcharts, it gives them so what I've done is also I've included interesting points within IFRS, sometimes comparing with AS, sometimes comparing with something else, what happens in the world. So I've tried to make it interesting to read, so it is for the first time readers. Okay. Second is, as I said, it is for the companies who want to plan to implement or first time implement IFRS, so how to plan about it. And third is giving them tools to implement. So like disclosure checklist, illustrative financials. I'll tell you one very important differentiator in my book. Now when you actually implement IFRS, there is a standard which gives you guidance on first time implementing IFRS. And there are 39 other standards. So there is Ind AS 101 which talks about how to first time implement, and there are 39 other standards. Now when you implement, you have to implement 39 standards, keeping in mind the one standard which is very different from all other standards. So first standard only gives guidance on implementing, and 39 standards gives you guidance on what to implement. Now when you implement, you have to read 39 also and that one also. So you keep on going to and fro, to and fro, to and fro. What I've done is I have taken that excerpts out of that one chapter and included in all 39 chapters. So that when you read those chapters, you don't have to actually do to and fro. This is the unique thing about it.
And you really inspire at least me and a lot of other professionals up here. And we look forward to reading your book. And I congratulate you from the bottom of my heart personally and on behalf of everybody who's present here. That I know that your book like you will be a big success. I really want to wish you big congratulations, Anand. CA Sunil Talati sir onto the stage. Sunil Talati sir is a founder and the name partner at Talati & Talati. He's been the mentor and the guide to what we are today. A big round of applause to Sunil sir. Thank you, sir.
Well wishes of Talati & Talati Group. Honestly speaking, I feel not only odd but old man out. Looking at the team of all young chartered accountants and other young distinguished guests, I really feel tremendously happy. And I feel proud that yes, Talati & Talati Group and my partners have reached to this scale of heights and have achieved this success and praise. But what I want to tell each one of you friends in all humility is this, that this topic of IFRS is at my heart. Though when I started as a proprietor in 1977, when my first year income tax return was showing a loss of 10,700, and in the assessment I said I'm rounding off it to 10,000. Till that, I had always involved myself in tax practice. And when I got elected in council in 2000, and when I was vice president in 2006-7, I was fortunate enough, I was God's kind, that I accompanied Honorable Prime Minister at that time, Manmohan Singh, to Cape Town, South Africa in G20 summit. That was the place when the Treaty of WTO agreement, India having agreed to adopt or converge IFRS was signed. So IFRS, in my mind, is there since 2006, when India signed that pact to adopt IFRS. And it was 2007 October Council meeting when I was president. After a lot of persuasion, unfortunately Sanjeev is not here. I know how we had to convince all our council members that yes, ICI Institute is now adopting the IFRS standards. It may be either full adoption or conversion based on the decision that may be taken from time to time, and council decided that it should be from 1st April 2011. But all of you know, the industry, the auditees, the stakeholders were not ready, and from 11 it kept on lingering, and finally we are now lucky to have it implemented from 1st April 2016, stage-wise 2017 and thereafter. And therefore my request to each one of you is that yes, IFRS is there. There are people and industrialists and businessmen I can see who will be reaching a turnover of 500 crore or 250 crore or net worth of that very soon. We want our well-wishers and plans to reach to that height, and therefore IFRS will be applicable to them, and Talati & Talati Group will be more than happy to see that yes, we make it implemented in your concern. So friend, it's indeed great pleasure to be here, and it's extremely not only thankful but obliged to each one of you for making your gracious presence here and bless our group as well as particularly Anand Banka. And I can assure you on his behalf that yes, and particularly as you say, I can promise that yes, we will be coming out with a second book, if not on IFRS, but another important and useful topic for the users and takers.
Can I please invite CA Sunil Sharma sir, who is the managing partner at Radisson Consulting Private Limited, onto the stage, please.
Respected Sri Sunil Salati ji, Anand's parents, distinguished guest here. I'm sorry I'm taking this liberty of speaking some words. I remember a day when Anand came the first day to our office when I used to be in Haribhakti and Company, and I spotted him. He was just loitering around, and I just spotted him a little differently. I had only one objective in mind, that this guy should not run away. So from day one, I had spotted him and I was after him. I said, Anand, I hope you never leave us. And even after he left, and you can remember, you can ask him, I have chased him 5 times. I mean, why are you leaving? So that was my observation on this young boy. The way he was trying to do things differently. And one day I caught him on phone, he was talking of changing job. So, no, the reason I mentioned it because the ability to think differently and spot early talent is what I noticed, and I believe Anand has lived up to my expectations. Anand, wish you all the best. This is just the beginning, and I thank you and your parents for bringing such a fine product in the market.
Nitish will do the honors for CA Aniket Talati. So finally, I mean, the moment has arrived. What we're going to do next is we're going to unveil the book. The reason why we all are here. Can we have the book, please? So let's tear this thing out. This is not the actual size of the book. This is what we got, and this is how big the book is. It is not. We're going to open this and we are going to show the actual book. So this is a bit small compared to